All right, we're live. Welcome, everybody.
Woo! Woo! Woohoo!
Looking me up.
What up, teapot?
I'm Quinn, and that's the pineapple. We're here with the kava-sation time. We're on episode 38.
Yes.
And the kava-sation topic today will be, why should you be good? Why should you be good? Interesting. So stick around if you want to listen to that. Before we dive into that, the pineapple will provide a good vibe story. Two of them. And we will be drinking kava and then having a conversation.
Exactly. So one of the great things about these good vibe stories is it gives a perspective. A story gives you another perspective to see. And that's what I love. I imagine many of you out there do as well. One of the reasons I know this is because people love to watch TV. They love to watch shows. And those shows give you perspective into some made up, world, whatever it may be. But these stories come from
this is real life.
Actual people.
Yeah.
Humans. B. Stan is the creator of Humans of New York.
Yes.
And this book is from people from all over. And this first story comes from a person from Warsaw, Poland. Do you know where Poland is, Quinn? Most people don't.
Near Europe?
It's in Europe.
Okay. So I was like, that side, somewhere near Europe.
It's in the northeastern part of Europe. And on the right-hand side, I believe Russia borders it. Okay. We had a revolution in 2011. It was the first in North Africa. Imagine living your entire life and all your teachers are saying that we have a wonderful president. Then suddenly everything flips. The streets are filled with people and they're saying the president is a horrible person. Some of them have weapons. Everyone is choosing sides. Some going left, some going right. There are feuds within families. The country was like two magnets with the same charge, each going in different ways. Everyone was fighting. And afterward, there was no improvement. Our new leaders ganged up against their own country and sold us out in every bad way. It's very hard to enjoy life in Tunisia. I both love and hate my country at the same moment. The people are amazing. My family is there, and I want to be with them. But here, there's peace. Remember, he's in Poland. I can read my book in a quiet space and not be bothered. And that's the frustration. You want to see this peace in the place where you love most. Not only for yourself, but for your neighbors, your friends, your parents, and your children. I feel like I'm mistaken just because of where I'm from. The glimpses, the looks. It messes with your head on some level. I'm studying to be an architect. I'm supposed to be a dignified person. But the moment that green Tunisian passport comes out, I go from 100% to 10%. The security officers need to know everything. They treat you like a prisoner. Maybe it's just a policy. Maybe it's nothing personal. Maybe it's not racism. But you take so many hits, so many blows, and you start to think that's how the entire world sees you. Any thoughts on that story, Quinn?
Sounds like someone who believes in goodness, believes in peace, desires peace, and the outside world is making you, I don't know, the outside world can, I don't know, it's like against you or something, It's like, the outside world is not reflecting how I want my internal world to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just experiencing basically like what, discrimination, judgment?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
because think about it, if you're an outsider,
it's
very challenging to become an insider or to feel like you belong.
Yes, in the culture and the community and everything. And that's unfortunate,
Exactly.
Doesn't sound like it's welcoming.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh yeah, we love being diverse. It's kind of like, where are you from?
See, and that's the
You're
thing.
not one of us. You don't look like us.
A lot of places are not diverse.
Yeah.
It seems. Well, see, let me rephrase. Here in the city of Sacramento, it's very diverse.
Yes.
Very diverse.
Yes.
I'll give you an example where
and we're used to it.
Yeah. I grew up 15 minutes outside of Sacramento in a little town called Clarksburg. It was 500 people. I didn't think anything of it, but when I was in school, growing up from kindergarten to sixth, there was one Asian person. There was a lot of Hispanic kids that were my friends, Caucasian kids. Yeah, and there it goes. There was Mexican, one Asian. I was the only brown Islander kid. What up?
Yes, kava-sation time.
Yes.
Hi,
yes.
Scout. We just finished with the first story.
Yes.
About a gentleman from Poland not feeling like he belongs there because of the looks that he gets from people in Poland, because he's from
Tunisia, North Africa.
And he moved to Poland. Yeah.
Yes, it's you can assume that he was able to get out as a refugee, to move away.
Yeah.
And struggling to fit in. And the reason why I say this is a good vibe story is because there was a revolution in Tunisia. And when you have a revolution, that means there's danger. People's lives are being lost. It is very unstable. And to be able to get out of that situation, that is a win. And at the same time, for us to be able to hear a story like that, that gives us a chance to be able to, and myself, to empathize.
Yeah.
To get into the
in their world.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully broaden our perspective.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about it. And so this other one comes from a kid in Tokyo, coming from the Philippines. And it's really, really quick. I hated Japan at first. And I'll give you the picture of the two guys. This was the guy from Tunisia, studying to be an architect.
Yeah.
And this is the gentleman in Tokyo from the Philippines.
All right.
I hated Japan at first. My family moved here from the Philippines when I was just 7 years old. I didn't speak any Japanese. Every day, I was bullied at school, both for being a foreigner and being larger than everyone else. Kids kept telling me that I didn't belong in Japan. I just wanted to go home. But in third grade, I saw a sumo tournament on television, and one of the wrestlers was of Filipino descent. I thought, this is something I can do. So I joined a sumo club, and over the years, I developed a reputation for being strong. Other kids at school began treating me with respect. I even became a bit famous because I was the only sumo wrestler from our hometown. I'm training professionally now. Sumo has taught me so much about this country, the environment, the customs, and the rules. I don't feel like an outsider anymore. I'm only 18, so I still have a long way to go, but I'd like to reach the top rank. That way, I can earn enough money to bring my entire family to Japan.
Wow.
Good vibe story.
Yes, definitely.
Good vibe story.
Yeah.
See, another outsider.
Yes. Another outsider.
Going into a foreign country.
Trying to find his place.
Exactly. And just like I did when I was younger and growing up, I realized very early being super athletic, being being athletic and faster and better at sports than everyone else makes your childhood so much more smooth.
Yeah.
So much more smooth. Because instead of being the one that is being picked on, you're the one that everybody wants to be. So really cool. Really cool. But at the same time, I didn't have any bullies at my when I was growing up because how would I say it? Me personally, I included everybody. Everyone. Anytime there was something going on, I always picked the less athletic kids to be on teams.
Yeah.
I like to stack all the less talent to be on my team while everyone else was on the other team, and we'd still win.
Love it. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Oh, look at you.
Just,
not a lot of people like that out there.
So what about you, Quinn? What did you take from the story?
I love the part where he saw someone who looked like him wrestling, and that inspired him. Oh, not wrestling, doing sumo wrestling.
Yeah.
So
that's very common. That when people see someone that looks like them.
Yeah, or like same ethnicity, they're like something sparks. Even for me, whether I realize it or not growing up, it's like, oh, it's kind of like, oh, that's a possibility for me.
Yeah.
What the hell? If they're my ethnicity. Right? So I love that. And it just makes me think of the rippling effect. Whatever the journey was for that Filipino sumo wrestler to be on TV, right? For him to see it, that's a story. And then that's, so that stood out to me. And then, and how he, and that, it was almost like that was like a gift, a blessing from somewhere where he was able to find a way to build himself up to be respected. And because otherwise he would have kept on still being bullying, and bullying at a young age will damage you and scar you for a really long time. You hear all the time, just because of one incident or a repeated incident over time when you're young. Oh my gosh, that will stick with you until adult, ongoing.
Absolutely. It's just like the story we shared, probably last week about the woman or the girl who grew up anorexic, all because of she went to a mall with her friends, and the boys that were around there were teasing her about how chubby she was.
Yeah.
And then from 9 years old all the way up until 27, she finally told her brother, who'd always ask, her parents always asked, why are you not eating?
Yeah.
Affected the family for so many years.
Yeah.
Finally was able to tell him that's why she was anorexic, because a horror experience.
Yeah.
And that's the, how would I mention? When anybody asks me if I'm going to have kids or whatnot, I'm very stern and I'm very direct. Hypothetical. I don't even like doing the hypotheticals, but I look at my nieces and nephews, and if it were me, they wouldn't even go to public school. You know why? Because kids are fucking mean. They are horrible. And these days, unless you're in a super duper private school or you're homeschooled, your kids are literally they're vulnerable to the shitty ass kids that are around. So and I've had people ask, well, isn't that going to take away from them and their development? And I go, no, absolutely not. You want to know why? Because they will learn how to speak to people instead of learning poor behaviors on how people get revengeful, how people attack when they're attacked. Instead of being super classy and be like, you know what, this isn't even worth it. Like, the way you treat me, keep away, bad vibes. Keep away. Or if somebody is treating you a certain way, report it. And it may sound like a certain way, but I mentioned this to my niece when she was mentioning to me that she was getting bullied. I go, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to the school tomorrow, and I want you to mention it to your teacher. I want you to point out the kid that is picking on you, and then have it documented. Right? You're say, teacher, I'm going to write this down. If it happens again the next day, then you report it to the teacher again. Teacher, this happened. If it happens 5 days in a row and the same shit keeps happening, then you go to the principal. Have the principal track record the entire thing. That way, you can fucking sue them bitches. And then when that happens, it is highly unlikely, in my humble opinion, it's just my opinion, that they will let shit like this slide again. Because why? It's because it's going to cost the school district money. Mm-hmm. It's going to cost people their jobs. And when that gets threatened, then people finally act. But why, me personally, put, great kids do that type of shit?
It's out of your control. Once you drop your kid off to school, you're exposed to so many experiences with this kid, that kid during recess. I mean, it's like half of the day.
Yeah, and I get it. I get it. I gotta give you a quick story before we move on to you know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. But my little Stink's brother, so he's a introvert, and so he keeps to himself. At recess, and this is what my brother told me. At recess, he'll just sit there and he'll just play with whatever he has.
Oh,
right?
My God.
And so, lo and behold, my niece, Stink, she could see him through the window. Right? She's in class. He has recess.
Oh my God.
But there's two girls that are picking on him.
Oh, no.
My brother didn't say how she, but my niece, she's like a protector. And Mushroom is older, but she starts yelling in class.
Oh my God!
Leave my brother alone! Leave my.
Oh,
the only reason I noticed is because my brother, as soon as he found out, was there, just like that. They didn't want to let him on campus because they called Stink's mom, right? Mm-hmm. My brother's former, partner. Mm-hmm. And she called him and she goes, "Do not come to the school." Nope, he was at the school.
No, he don't be there.
He was at the school. He was demanding to see the parents of the other kids. He was demanding that somebody be responsible to fucking suspend these kids and discipline them. Because if you don't get upset and if you don't demand it, it's just gonna keep happening.
Right.
It's just gonna keep happening.
They'd be like, oh.
And it's not like he wanted to resort to violence. No.
He just wanted to get some discipline.
Exactly.
Like this is not okay. Like, right? Like this is not okay.
Because this dude Mushroom, he is super, super mild.
Yeah.
And when I mean mild, this dude is. He wouldn't even. It took years for this dude to be able to swat a fly. He'll see a fly and he'll start running. He's like, hey! He don't want to hurt it.
Oh, he finally swatted them.
Now he wants to swat them.
Oh.
Didn't want to
overcame a fear.
Didn't want to squish ants. Didn't want to kill anything.
Maybe he's Buddha.
I don't know.
Inner Buddha.
And you got two girls that are picking on him.
And his fucking sister.
Yeah. So that's why, hypothetically, wouldn't even put kids in the school, public school whatsoever.
I know, and it's like, yeah, and then see on top of that, kids have to be vocal.
Exactly.
And actually say something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with that said, those are the good vibe stories, and those are some quick stories about the little niece and nephew. Quick stories. And do you know what time it is? You know what time it is?
It's kava time.
What time is it?
It's kava time.
Yes, it's kava time. Yes, it's kava time. And so it's where does kava come from, Gwen?
From the islands. Where is it from? Thousands of miles.
Thousands of miles in the South Pacific.
Yes.
Comes from the wonderful islands of Samoa, Fiji, Vanuatu, and of course, the Kingdom of Tonga. And this kava comes specifically direct from the farmers to my cousin, who then ships it from the island of about VAVA. You. Yes. That's the gold right there. And you know why? It makes you feel hella good about yourself. Hella good. We're about to package this into 50 milliliter bottles. I'm going to start providing these good vibes so anybody can just take it straight and get the best sleep of your life. Or put it in your favorite drink. Chocolate milk, coffee,
tea, lattes,
espressos. I was thinking orange juice, kombucha, whatever it may be. But you know what it's going to do? It'll make you feel like that. At ease. At ease. Guaranteed. So, I got to make a little more. But here we go. How much did you want?
I'm going to pour myself some tea. Just like medium, like a good, just, like a good amount.
So this is 1.7 ounces. We'll give her a little sissy. Right there, right?
Sissy.
That's good?
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
Thank you.
And so I met up with we had a pop-up.
Yes, the one that we just dropped it off, and this woman that we did a pop-up with the first time.
Yep. Shout out to Katie Lynn.
Yeah,
she mentioned the people there loved it. Yeah. She gave me back the shot glasses this morning or this afternoon at my favorite Naked Coffee.
Yep.
There you go. Cheers to you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you. Cheers to you, Scout.
Yes, and to your back.
Yes.
Your physical therapy. Yeah, it's actually not even that bad. I always get a little worried, a little nervous when I drink it, but when I drink it, I'm like, oh, it's nothing. Oh, it's so good with tea. It's just perfect with tea. My God. It's just such a great pair.
That's wonderful.
What was I going to say?
And so Katie Lynn.
Yes.
She was mentioning that people enjoyed and loved the kava-sation.
She was enthusiastic.
Yeah, she is. She is super enthused because she was like, so they have a few kava bars here in Sacramento. There's 3 of them. One of them's called Roots of Happiness, and the other one is Shine Cafe.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, I forget that they're a kava bar now.
Yes.
What the hell?
Kava on coffee. And so she was mentioning, one of the employees or former employees at Roots of Happiness was mentioning that it's so fresh. I was like, really? Fresh? Okay. Of course it's fresh.
Right.
Hey, shit. Came straight from the island, straight from the farmer. It got pounded into the dust. They packaged it, and then my cousin shipped it, via FedEx. Of course it's going to be fresh.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah, you were brewing it just the day before or something too, right? Or like...
No, it's probably been a couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
No, not a couple, but about less than a week.
Oh, okay. Still.
And, yeah.
Awesome. So great, amazing feedback.
Yes.
With the community of ecstatic dance.
Yes. And we actually made money.
That means people want it.
Exactly.
So yeah, our next listing is going to be definitely some kava shots.
Yeah. I'm going to call it kava pineapple.
Pineapple kava shots, right?
Kava pineapple shots.
Kava pineapple shots.
Yes. I want to throw kava tonga into it, but...
But that's the brand. That's called kava tonga. Okay.
Kava tonga. We'll
We'll see.
But these are amazing good vibes, man. Like, as soon as you take that one shot, you're like ready to go.
Or how about kava tonga shots by pineapple?
Yeah, kava tonga shots.
Yeah.
By pineapple.
Yeah. So we can keep the name, and it's like by pineapple. Everything's just gonna be by pineapple.
I like it, Quinn. Hey.
You're welcome. That's why I'm here.
Sometimes you have some great ideas. I love it. You're such a great business partner.
Oh, I'm glad.
You just, Oh,
he was gonna do it.
I was gonna poke.
Oh,
I was gonna poke.
I thought you were gonna do like a sweet move.
I was thinking about it. But then I was like, you know what?
Keep it profesh.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's just.
Okay. Continue on. Let's do the kava-sation. Yes.
You know what time it is, Quinn?
Yes, I do know.
What time is it?
Scott knows.
Kava-sation
time.
Come on! Yeah!
The energy.
Yeah!
I'm like the opposite.
Yeah! I'm just channeling my younger niece's.
Oh yes, she's
stank,
not here. Yeah.
You know? And the reason why is because
oh yeah, why is she in here?
people are sleeping. People are sleeping in the residence, and we're in the studio right now, so I can be as loud as I want.
Man. Wow. Anyway, so okay, the topic today.
The topic. What is it? Oh, why should you be good? Why should you be good? Like, you hear about it often. Be a good person. You know, like, this is what a good person would do. And then you have these books. You know, one's a Bible, one's, whatever it may be. It's always telling you how to be, how to act. But why? Why? You know, because so many people
just tell you what to do, right? Yeah.
They will use those books, the literature, to manipulate other people. And then they look like they're coming out ahead. Financially, right? Monetarily. What is the other?
Spiritually?
Not spiritually, but materialistically.
Oh, yeah.
They're coming ahead. They're coming ahead. They're coming ahead. And last time I checked here in the States, that's what matters to people. That's ultimately what matters, is how much you have. Because if it wasn't, then you wouldn't have people, flossing on social media. You'd have more people talking about good things and people following good things. Here goes another one. Does the media share good vibe stories? No. Does the media share stories that make people feel good? No. What do they normally show? Drama. Because that's what people love.
You get addicted to
feed into, right? So it's like, why?
I got a long tangent. Yes.
Why? Why should you be good if it doesn't pay?
Oh, wow.
Right? That's the other part of it. Yeah. Why should you be good if it doesn't pay? And then when it doesn't pay or it does pay, and then you do get in trouble or something does have a consequence, you could just apologize.
Okay.
Right? Because that's what most people do. They apologize and sincerely put out a statement. Yes, that was wrong. Mm-hmm. I shamed my family, my community,
and
myself, and I disappointed so many people. But at the end of the day, they still got the money. So again, why should people be good? Right? Because it's very admirable when you hear stories about people who put the greater good ahead of themselves.
Yes.
But then you look into their background and they're not doing financially great. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just, I think about it often. And why should we be good? So, what are your thoughts, Quinn?
I can only answer for myself.
Uh-huh.
The reason why I choose to be good to myself and others as best as I could is because I desire peace.
Oh, you such a Buddha.
Yeah.
So
because And
Can I ask a question?
Okay, go
Can I
ahead.
ask a question? Because, you know.
Because I want to give reasons why I desire peace.
Yeah, because.
How I came up to that. Because it does sound very cliche.
Because you're just saying, you know what? I'm Mother Teresa. I've always been this way.
Okay, well, no, I haven't. See, that's my story.
Like, I have never done wrong in my life, and I'm perfect.
No, what the fuck?
But that's what it sounds like. I desire peace.
Yeah, you don't even let me finish.
So that's why I'm asking, to please shit, because you gotta give. This is where you're at now. Can you give us some background as to why?
All you had to do was just ask.
That's why I'm asking. I just like to put on a little show. So.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna.
Anyways, okay, shh. Because there's two sides to why I desire peace, right? One, I've experienced life with not being good, right?
Okay.
I experienced the consequences of not being good to myself and the people that I care about.
And what were those consequences?
That was too painful. The consequences was feeling like I was dying, spiritually dying. Me and my family were just non-existent. Like I was watching my relationship with my siblings just slip away from me.
Gotcha.
I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, I don't like this feeling. Oh,
you fooled me.
Shut up. Shh. That's another story. Yeah, why don't you just be quiet?
I am.
Yeah, and drink your freaking tea.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I've experienced what it's like to not be good to myself, and like I was just my rock bottoms, right? My rock bottoms, I was just like losing myself and then losing the people that I actually desired to have a relationship with, which I didn't realize until I saw that it was like going away.
Gotcha.
And it was just arguments all the time, right? And it was just stress. And it's not until I started my self-love journey that I noticed, like, wow, you know what? I really don't want this anymore. It's just too painful. It's painful. It's painful to not be good. Because what are you creating then if you're not creating good? You're creating the opposite.
Which is?
Toxicity.
But what if that toxicity pays the bills?
It didn't pay my bills.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because it didn't pay my bills. Okay, I was living paycheck to paycheck, but I was splurging my money all on trips and all about getting away and like clubbing, partying, right? Mm-hmm. Brought misery. So, yeah. Even though I had a job, I felt like I was getting the monies, but guess what I did with that money? I didn't do anything about it towards peace. I was chasing instant gratification, which caused more drama, right? So like my rock bottom, right? So I experienced rock bottom. That's why I'm like, oh, that way wasn't it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I've had some close calls with the death. So that really brought me like, you know what? That was a close call. Well, it just one feeling of death nearby that's really close. You're like, what do I want to do with my life? How do I want to exit? Let's just say if I did have cancer, because I thought the possibility was there, right? So two sides. One, I've experienced life of misery, and then I experienced like the possibilities of having a short life. So that's why I say I desire peace. Why I believe I should be good, because it'll lead me to peace. Peace with myself, peace of how I made choices and how I lived.
So I'm curious. If you reflect, if you reflect on the past 7 days.
Okay.
And how your days were. How many days would you say you had this peace?
Well, it's moments, right? I know that I feel peace when I go jog.
I like that. Okay.
Right? I feel peace when I feel like I'm living in my purpose, when I'm serving, when I'm able to help people have their own impact in their lives. When I'm with my family, I feel at peace. So I see myself helping out the house and the family, I feel at peace. So I have sprinkles of it throughout the week. Right? Seeing my brother, gives me that peace that at least I get to see him and do what I can.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, so when I sprinkle into areas that do give me peace, I feel it. I'm just like, you know what? At least I'm here. Because I wasn't here. At least I'm here. And I see myself making the effort. So I was like, nobody can tell me shit. You can be mad at me. Go ahead. Go be mad at me. I don't know for how long, but I'm just going to be here. So I'm just referring to some remnants of emotions that could be still there, which is totally understandable because I wasn't around.
Got it.
And some people had to pick up the pieces and they were tired and they felt defeated and alone and just like not working together as a family,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, may I share?
Your
one
turn.
of the answers.
Your turn.
That the pineapple may have.
Yeah. Why do you feel like you need to be good?
I'm not going to share all the nuggets.
Opposite from me, huh?
Exactly. When you give people a question, they just want to.
Well, you want to know. God, I couldn't just tell you because I desired peace. You weren't happy with that.
No, I wanted to get a little more,
Okay, well,
a lead up into it.
You got to give us something too.
I will.
So what's your I gave this answer right without this. What's this answer of yours of why do you believe you should be good or need to be good? What's the point?
Not everyone is going to be a multi-millionaire. Right? Mm-hmm. Not everyone is going to live in the largest house possible, in the nicest neighborhoods, have their kids go to the best schools, go on trips every month, 4 times a year, drive the baddest vehicles ever so people can fawn over them and be like, damn, you tight, bro. Not everyone's going to be able to experience that in their lives. Maybe momentarily for the fortunate few who grind to earn that and to experience that and to put it into their lifestyle. But I've yet to come across anyone who has that sort of lifestyle and is happy with themselves. Mm-hmm. You see? Or consistently happy. Mm-hmm. There are plenty of stories out there. And I'm pretty sure you have friends or former friends or acquaintances, business partners, high school classmates that that may have great things, may have a great career, but may have maybe divorced once or twice. Their kids are addicts or have grown up to be addicts. There's always a give and take when it comes to sacrificing time that we have to put towards and allocate to what's the most important to us, right? And we sacrifice that for money. It's understandable. Most people would agree that to some certain degree that sacrifice is needed to gain the material success.
Right.
Right? That's safe to say. People would agree. Why being good consistently would be important is because you could take all that away or not have it at all. And you'll feel great about yourself. You'll feel great about yourself. And I'll give you an example. I imagine that there are many of us out there who feel as if we've wronged people before, have talked down or said the wrong things to people that we care about, right? Arguments, words that were said to the people that we love or care about that we wish we could take back, or strangers that we treated unfairly, coworkers that we cheated or maybe influenced or manipulated in a certain way to get gain while they lost. All those decisions that we're making, we know it. We know it. We may not be able to keep score and keep a tally of what we've done, but what I believe is when you wake up, or when we wake up, we feel a certain way about ourselves. And when we go to sleep, we feel a certain way about ourselves. And it doesn't seem like many of us are positive or feel great about where we're at when we lie down and rest our head to start to end the evening or to finish the day and then wake up the next morning. And that's because I believe that most of us choose not to be good because it doesn't pay immediately. It doesn't pay immediately. Mm-hmm. But it does pay in your dignity. It does pay in your self-respect. It does pay in the way that you feel about yourself. And I only say this because I live it.
Yes, I was going to say.
I live it.
So
it's not something that I'm just bullshitting saying, like. I'll give you a little insight into the pineapple.
Yes, thank you.
This brother right here that you see in the script, probably it's very difficult to rub two pennies together at the moment. There's not a lot of financial wealth. There's not a lot of wealth building. But I feel hella good about where this guy is in the present time, the present moment. And it's because as I reflect and the way that I've always treated a stranger, another person, people I've known, people I stood up for, people who were bullied when we were younger, people who didn't have friends that I brought into my circles and made people feel like they were seen. Gave them a community, that I shared. Do people know about it now? Nah. Does it matter? Not really. But I feel hella good. I feel hella good. Like, it doesn't feel like there's anything that's missing at the moment. So that's why maybe we should be good. Or fuck it. Fuck it.
Well, a lot of people are fuck it. I feel like I was fuck it.
That's the alternative.
Yeah, because the alcohol helps me feel like fuck it. YOLO! YOLO! Where are we going? Yes!
Let me just do all these drugs.
That. Yes!
Let me just drink all this alcohol. Let me just have
the
sexual relations with all these people. Let me just be a whore. Let me just have all the fun that I want. I don't know, man. It's why should you be good? Why you should be good? Why you should be good?
So then you'll be good no matter what happens. That's what you're basically saying.
There you go, Miss Queen for the win.
Yeah, I'll just wrap it up for you.
You are. Wow. Couldn't have said it any better. couldn't have sent it anybody. Because that's a question I would employ.
That's what it was. So you'll be good.
For any of you,
to
the very few, if any, like we'd probably feel rushed. We probably feel way too busy.
Yeah, and like
we probably feel like we need something to fill.
Mm-hmm.
This brown skinned brother that right there. Proud of you, man. Proud of you. Why you should be good? Because you get really emotional easily, but not in a sappy way. You get very, how would I say it? You connect very well with others. So, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
There it goes.
I like how you said being good might not pay financially right up front immediately, but wake up.
Oh, sorry, it's late.
It does pay you. I just want to like kind of and like have a summarization.
Oh, you want to recap?
Yeah. I'm just saying what you said. Like it may not pay you financially at first, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it'll pay you in self-respect. It'll pay you in, you mentioned a lot, but like what I basically heard was it'll pay you in self-worth. It'll pay you in self-confidence. It'll pay you in love, right? It'll pay you in good vibes.
Dignity,
and that dignity, right? And proudness and all that. So yeah, no matter what does get taken away from you or what falls short, you have done the goodness so consistently that you're like, I still feel abundant.
Yeah.
I'm still fulfilled. I'm not like, oh my God, it's just like so many things. Anything that we get attached to for something for ourselves, and then when it goes away, we feel like we're completely gone. We're, versus like the creating the internal goodness for yourself and then giving to others, right? It's something that you can be like, you know what? I did that. No one can tell me anything different. I did that. And that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So that's all I'll say. Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty, Scout. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to us.
And that's it. He's still here.
Joining in. It says one right. It says right there.
Yeah, but he could have jumped off and somebody jumped on.
Yeah.
But anyways. Any last words? Miss Quick Quinn for the win.
Goodness pays in other ways that you may not expect.
And the pineapple's gonna end it there like he always does.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna wish you enough.
Wish you enough.
Wish you enough. Wish you enough.
Wish
and
you
what do we
rain
mean by
to
that?
Appreciate the sunshine, basically.
Wish you just enough. Just enough rain.
Rain.
Just enough sadness. Just enough darkness. So you can be able to overcome. So you're able to feel the gratitude, the appreciation, the love and the wonders of everything around you. And from this woman who had her family, didn't make it from Poland to Jerusalem back in World War II, she shares with what her mother had told her before she left Poland and made it to Jerusalem while her family didn't.
It matches our topic, actually.
Absolutely. That's why I really, really love this.
Yeah.
And so it's a Hebrew saying, but she translates it in English. And it goes, wherever you go, may people always recognize that you have a beautiful heart. Touches. Touches. Always love from us to you. Keep spreading your wonderful smile, those wonderful vibes.
We're here tomorrow.
And keep getting it. Stay magical, everyone. Woo!
Okay. Good night.